What if Diogo Jota didn't die alone? What if someone met with him just hours before that fatal crash, someone whose identity remains a complete mystery? Because now, investigators are pulling back the curtain on a chilling new twist: CCTV footage, hotel guest logs, and first-hand accounts that reveal Jota wasn't alone on his final night. He was visibly shaken. His routine broken. His expressions disturbed. And just hours later, he and his brother would be gone, consumed in a fiery wreck on a Spanish motorway. But a single name is missing. A single face is hidden. And once you hear what happened at that hotel, you'll never see this case the same way again. On July 3, 2025, the football world was rocked by devastating news. Diogo Jota, just 28 years old, had tragically passed away. Reports said his Lamborghini veered off the A52 motorway near Zamora, Spain, after a tire exploded. The car burst into flames. Jota and his brother André Silva, both gone. It seemed like an open-and-shut tragedy. Just another high-speed accident. But that story is crumbling. From the very first days, investigators noticed irregularities. And now, a very different picture is forming, one that points to intentional sabotage, advanced tech, and, most disturbingly, a hidden meeting the night before it all happened. According to travel logs and route planning apps, Diogo Jota and André were en route from Portugal to Santander. From there, they planned to take a ferry back to England. A long drive, too long to do in one push. So, they planned a stop. Hospital records confirm that Jota had been advised to rest, and his doctor even noted they intended to pause in Burgos for the night. A small, tucked-away hotel. Quiet. Off the radar. But when police traced his steps, rushed to the hotel, and pulled the logs, that's when the story started breaking wide open. When investigators reviewed the guest records, they expected to find both Jota and André Silva listed. But only one name appeared: Diogo Jota. Alone. This was no clerical error. No glitch. The hotel front desk confirmed, only one room was booked. Room 312. One key. One occupant. So now the question was, where was André? How did two men die in a crash, when only one of them had been seen in the hours leading up to it? And then, the CCTV footage came in. Around 3 a.m., hotel security footage captured something investigators didn't expect. A man, dressed in a dark hoodie, wearing a cap low over his face, arrived at the front desk. His hands were tucked in his pockets. His identity completely concealed. He didn't ask for a room. He didn't seem lost. He walked straight to the receptionist and said he was there, to meet with Diogo Jota. The receptionist called Jota's room. And what shocked them even more, Jota agreed. He said, yes. Let him up. Whoever this man was. Diogo was expecting him. Hotel policy required identification from all visitors. But when asked for ID, the man said he forgot it. Claimed he was in a hurry. Claimed it was in his car. But Diogo had already approved the visit, and the hotel, trusting a superstar guest, allowed the man up. No name was logged. No passport. No phone number. He went up to room 312 without a trace. The cameras only showed him again at 4 a.m., walking out just as silently as he came. Still hiding his face. Still alone. Still completely anonymous. And what happened next was even stranger. Just minutes after the visitor left, Diogo Jota checked out of the hotel. He didn't stop at the help desk. He didn't grab breakfast. He didn't speak to staff. The night manager later told police that Jota looked disturbed. Pale. visibly upset. His face blank. His eyes red. It was as if he had just received news that shook him to his core, or had been confronted with something terrifying. And just hours later, the crash happened. A crash investigators now believe wasn't an accident at all. So now the questions are louder than ever. Why was Jota alone in that hotel? Where was André Silva that night? Who was the man who visited Jota at 3 a.m., and why did he not want to be identified? Was this a warning? A setup? A final goodbye? Investigators are now working with tech experts to enhance facial recognition from the blurry CCTV footage. They're cross-checking travel records, license plate data, and communications from Jota's secondary mobile device, which, yes, was found later with encrypted messages. And they've publicly admitted, this hotel encounter could change everything. Because let's not forget what's already been confirmed. This was not a normal crash. Earlier reports revealed the presence of AI-triggered road spikes, planted at a location Jota's GPS had been manipulated into driving through. He was led, step by step, into a trap. The vehicle's internal sensors failed. Communications cut out. The car burst into flames upon impact, something experts say shouldn't have happened with modern carbon fiber Lamborghinis unless exposed to external ignition or sabotage. And now, there's a possible suspect. A face. A man with no ID, and a reason to hide. This isn't just about grief. It's about truth. Diogo Jota was more than a footballer. He was a father, a brother, and a fierce competitor. And now, the world is learning that his final hours were filled with mystery, secrecy, and possibly betrayal. Who was in room 312 with him that night? What did they say? And why did Jota leave that hotel a completely different man? Investigators say they're close. They believe they'll soon have a name. But the damage is done. And one thing is clear. This was never just a car crash. This was the final chapter in a story that someone tried to bury. But truth doesn't burn that easily. So if this story moved you, if it left you with questions, or if it made you wonder what else is being hidden behind closed doors, then don't forget to hit that subscribe button. This investigation is far from over, and we're covering it step by step, uncovering every twist, every clue, and every voice that refuses to be silenced. There's more coming. From GPS hacking to hotel staff testimonies, encrypted texts to surveillance analysis, this case has now taken a life of its own. We need your voice. Share this video. Comment below, who do you think the midnight visitor was? A friend? A threat? Someone on the inside? And most importantly, don't forget to check out our previous reports on the AI spike weapon, the Dubai hacker link, and Diogo Jota's chilling final hours. Because justice isn't just coming. It's catching up fast.